Hi, I'm Marco Fentham, editor of the iHemp magazine. Mac, otherwise known as Donald McIntosh, the godfather of New Zealand hemp and the chairperson of the New Zealand Hemp Industries Association, and I are going to review the book, The 5-Minute Guide to Industrial Hemp in New Zealand, co-authored by Mac and Richard Barge, who is the deputy chairperson of the New Zealand Hemp Industries Association. Mac kicks off with the introduction of industrial hemp to the New Zealand rural scene and economy appears inevitable, particularly as 33 countries are already growing it, including dear Mother England, 6,000 acres in 1997. So it's no longer possible to dismiss industrial hemp as some aging hippie's dream scheme. However, what is by no means certain is just where industrial hemp may fit within New Zealand's economy or what investment in research and development dollars it can attract. The international recognition of the economic benefits of industrial hemp and New Zealand's track record of innovation in the primary produce sector means we will be placed to become world leaders in this emerging industry. The proceeding, coupled by the precedent set by funding for the Motueka research, means that government funding is a real possibility. At this stage, all that can be said is that the signs are increasingly positive, if frustrating. Donald J. McIntosh, Friday, March 27, 1998. Mac goes on to talk about the hemp scene globally. It's difficult to ascertain when hemp was first introduced in New Zealand. Captain Cook may have planted hemp, but that is unconfirmed. However, it is certain that they had hemp seeds aboard. In the late 1770s, Sir Joseph Banks and Admiral George Young were enamoured with the concept of creating colonies in the Southern Islands, Australia and New Zealand, on the basis of reducing the British Empire's dependence on Russian hemp. Chapter 2, Facts and Fallacies Regarding Industrial Hemp. Hemp facts, why hemp for New Zealand, hemp seed oil, analysis of hemp seeds, hemp will save the world. Matt goes on.
Yeah, well, science as a generalisation says there's one species of cannabis, and that's cannabis sativa. In the drug world, you will find that people talk about indica quite a lot, and there seems to be a feeling that ruderalis is so different to all the others that in fact it is a separate species. I am not enough of a geneticist to know. I just know that science, up until very recently, was referring to them all as cannabis sativa. I do notice that the ministries, various ministries with their food variation, were wondering whether to refer to it as cannabis sativa, cannabis indica, or what, which is just an exercise in pea-brainedness. You just refer to it as cannabis or industrial hemp. You don't have to give it its subtitles. And that was really to give a demonstration of the reported differences. Now with medical cannabis coming on stream, there seems to be even greater variations than that. So the reality is, from my perspective, there is only one, but I, first and foremost, am not a scientist, and that's cannabis sativa. But accepted in the world as a generalisation to talk about is sativa, indica, and ruderalis.
Yeah, man. So that's the point that I got up to. That's about halfway through the book. So what happens after that?
After that, essentially, we give you the content of the hemp seed oil, a wee bit of talk about the ministry in New Zealand and why this book was put together, and then essentially you go into machinery like the corticators, which were made in Canada, and we just asked them if we could utilise their ad, and they let us. And then you essentially go into other reference books. That's the Hill, That's the Kill by, I think it's Andrew Wheel, MD, and the most of the rest of the book, just let me grab one so I am on the same page as you. Because the rest of it, in essence, I think, is fairly much Richard's economics. So, where are we here? Oh yeah, I talk about all the trials around the world. We'll go to halfway and see if oh yeah. Rightio, so there's that aspect of it. Then we talk about the harvesting and retting. Then we've got Hill Agri, which is a decorticating. Then we talk about processing and value adding. And that's got a bit of historical reference to places in New Zealand that have done flax. Then we talk about bioregional development and primary processing, which, remember, at the time that this book was written, we had no experience in New Zealand regarding this. So there are some facts in here, such as 20 to 60 kilograms of sowing seed per hectare, that, with the benefit of hindsight, is 100% wrong. You only need a kilo for a hectare. We've essentially described what is hemp, what are the bast fibres. The bast fibres come in two varieties: hemp herds, hemp seeds, and their end uses, and that sort of thing. Then we talk about hemp in the environment, and a review of the Australian trials, because that was, I'd already been over to Tasmania by the time we wrote this, and I'd seen what they were doing there. I hadn't been to anywhere else, but the Australians were doing quite a bit of work at the time. By the time you get to chapter 4, which is called Dollars and Cents, that is written essentially by Richard Barge. But it's interesting to note on that page that we say medical applications. It's not our intent to explore this aspect of the plant at this time, as many of the benefits are related to high THC cannabis plants. Medically, even New Zealand Ministry of Health recognises at least some of the beneficial uses. Cannabis in Health 95-96, which was done by the national government. The only comment NZHIA should make at this time is that this is another possible point of revenue for farmers, and that's critical, because at the moment the executive is wanting to get rid of the medical from our thing. But the reality is that it is a revenue stream, so why the hell would we want to get rid of it? It's like saying that we're growing, let's say, asparagus, and it's been proven to be good for heart disease. Well, why wouldn't you tell the people that?
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, and in a layman's analysis of New Zealand rural economies, that's written by me too. We know now that the alternative history supports the viability of seed and natural fibre products and meeting the demands of industry for raw materials, and then all the stuff after that is, well, the next 1, 2, 3 pages are written by Richard, and then it goes back to me as about starting a hemp industry in New Zealand, which essentially is, we talk about the New Zealand bureaucracy, which at the time with Dr. Bob Boyd and Annette King was pretty supportive. And we make some pretty strong statements about the implications of a New Zealand hemp industry, which I think still are mostly unrealised. And then we talk about the factors affecting the issuing of licences to grow in New Zealand. And really, the THC, that's it. That's really the only one. But Medicines Control are coming up with new ones by the day.
Yeah.
And getting towards the very back of the book, we talk about summarising the bottom line for the nation, which is just the world is changing and we need to meet it head on. New Zealand is a primary producing nation. For goodness sake, get stuck in and make something useful out of it, which to date still hasn't happened. And there's a few contacts joining C and the object for the NZHIA, and a bit on the back that I wrote, which is the Henry Ford quote: anything that can be made from hydrocarbons can be made from carbohydrates. And we say things like 25,000 plus products. Well, I've never seen a list of them. Hemp seed oil for health, industrial hemp, the facts, easy to grow, so easy to grow. New Zealand, a hemp colony, biomass, environmental fuel, industrial hemp for a future, industrial hemp equals employment. Why industrial hemp? Why now? The eco-crop of the 21st century, which I personally believe it is. Rural New Zealand's future crop. Industrial hemp equals dollars and cents, and I believe that as much today as I did right then. Under that, it's got NZHIAI. I don't know why the I's on the end of that. It doesn't exist now. Believes that history will show the suppression of knowledge regarding industrial hemp to be criminal. This book is attempting to rectify that. Well, isn't it interesting that this was published in 1999 and we're nearly at 2019, and what has changed?
Yeah.